Oh. Hey there, YouTube. Slayer BRK here again today. I know this is a bit of a weird angle. I'm not our videographer, and she's not here because specifically this is a surprise for her. We got her a really nice Asus laptop, and she's kind of been dreading doing the unboxing. She's not really a tech person, so she's, like I said, she's a videographer, and she likes to game, but she's not really into tech, so she's been dreading this whole unboxing thing. So I'm going to get it recorded and set up for her while she's not here. She took a little bit of a stress vacation away from the kids for the night because she's been cooped up in the house with them ever since she gave birth. So, for now, I will be using our trusty little knife to start this review and unboxing. Peace. These boxes are always a little tight and hard to get open. Oh, there we go. But they do a wonderful job of packing them. Actually, I'll be honest, I did just buy a different one of these before this. We found this guy with better specs, so we switched out. The more expensive, worse spec one was packed a little nicer. It had foam packaging all around it. This one is solid cardboard in every direction. Still really pretty packaging, but not nearly encased and everything, but not nearly as protective as the other one. But it's much smaller of a device, and it's got that brushed aluminum look, kind of a fingerprint magnet, but as I already left fingerprints all on the back of it. Awesome. But very pretty look, but definitely a fingerprint magnet. Thankfully it's on the back, and they give you a bit of a less shiny, less brushed rim to you put your fingers on as you're lifting the screen. Let's get this out of the way. As you guys can see here, it's definitely a gaming keyboard. They changed the colors on the WASD buttons, as well as the fact that, if you can read that from over there, it's a G-Sync monitor, which, means they took extra a couple bucks in the monitor to make it smart, and able to communicate with the GPU, rather than just displaying every frames as fast as it can. It communicates with the GPU, so the GPU tells it when to display frames, meaning that your computer isn't trying to display half-rendered frames when there's frame drops, things like that. It'll permit what's called tearing, where you get half of one image and half of another on the screen. So it's actually a pretty solid thing there. It is also a 7th gen i7. It has a NVIDIA GeForce GTX, specifically a 1070. Probably second best card, not probably, the second best card that they have available in laptops, just by the 1080. With this season of GTX devices, we actually switched from having an M series for mobile devices to them all being full-grade desktop hardware. They might be underclocked, but they are no longer a different series. This is a 1070. It's just more than likely an underclocked 1070 to help with thermals and power distribution, things like that. Sticking a full-grade 1070 into a device like this means very poor battery life and very high heat if you can't dissipate it, which so this thin, I mean it's not thin, but it's thin for a gaming device, couldn't really dissipate the heat that would require. So they will underclock it. But really, it's still going to be a monster of a gaming rig, and that 7th Gen i7 will be very nice for our streaming. It's not the best thing on the market, but it's probably the best thing they have available in a laptop, with the exception of getting into the extremely expensive high-end gaming stuff where you'll have 1080s and possibly 6,800 chips, or in the higher range, 6th gen chips, so those chips aren't available in 7th gen yet. The device all around, so honestly pretty lightweight. Its I/O is actually quite respectable for a PC of its size. We have power, Ethernet, and it's one of the ones that kind of closes in on itself. We have mini display, so that would be great for an external DisplayPort monitor. Something that a gaming computer you'll more than likely want to hook up to. It also has HDMI if you want to hook it up to more of a classic monitor or more of television, something along those lines. Normal USB 2.0 and a Thunderbolt USB-C. This could be anything from monitors as well to external graphics cards, although I really don't think this needs one. There's some high-end power, not power supplies, but some high-end optical drives, things like that, or like external media, external storage. A big thing I'm a fan of actually is LG has a monitor out right now that you can run. You can get power from the monitor as well as run the monitor display and get a USB hub on the monitor all off this one port. So you plug one cable into this, and then you have your keyboard, mouse, all that plugged into the monitor, and you're good to go. The laptop's charging, the monitor's running, and you have a mouse and keyboard all hooked up in just one click, which is it's a pretty nice little feature to have. On the other side, we see our mic and headphone jack, so it's a 2-in-1. Really pretty general, but still nice to have. I mean, we've seen a few devices, cough, cough, Mac, that have gone away from having things like that, so that's always nice to see, as well as two more USBs, with these ones being in the 3.0, or I believe that's actually 3.1 generation. So a little bit of a faster side compared to the 2.0 side, faster transfer speeds, a little bit better connectivity, stuff like that. These ones are red, and usually that means that they want you to plug your mouse and keyboard into them for enhanced speed. I've never really felt like that was a big deal. I've never seen anything saying that it's actually true, but I see pretty much every motherboard manufacturer goes with it, so I'll have to see what they have to say about that, maybe. Then we have a SD card reader. Like I said, she's our videographer, as well as the fact that she's a photographer. So having the ability to stick the SD cards from our camera directly into her device is a godsend. So this will help her with her photography work, as well as getting her to help with some of our video editing, which right now I've been our video editor, and it's not something I ever did before I started our channel, as you guys can all probably tell. But that's life, and you know, sometimes you have those choices, and I like you guys, so I'm okay with doing this for you. And then we have a lock. So this would allow us to lock the device to a desk or something like that if you want to keep it somewhere all the time, or if you're in a dorm room and you want to leave the dorm and you don't want to take your device with you, but you don't want, you know, your roommate to pick it up and go pawn it for beer. I mean, if that's the kind of roommate you have, you might want to talk to your RA and get a better roommate, but hey, that's not me to judge. So on the front as well, you can see again, they kept that more, it's like a duller brushed aluminum look for the whole body of the device. And a very, very nice, I mean, people aren't big fans of branding, and usually I'm not either, but that's very simple. It's just on the side. It's not all gaudy and across the whole front of the device. It's not huge, so I'm okay with that little Asus placement. I mean, yes, I know what kind of laptop I own. It also says Asus on it, so having the little Public of Gamers badge on the side might not be necessary, as well as the fact that this is Strix over the corner, but I don't feel like it's gaudy enough to place this along the ranks of, like, Alienware computers, where that, yeah, they look kind of cool, but they also look like your stereotypical, quote-unquote, gaming computer, where that it's not business appropriate, or I would with the WASD being orange, I would feel a little weird pulling this out of the business meeting, but I'd pull this out way quicker than I pull out, like, an Alienware or one of those gigantic, like 21-inch Acers or Asuses or Sagers or just one of the giant ones. I place this into the lower ranked tiers of obnoxiousness. So with all that said, that is pretty much my first opinions on this. I won't know more until me and Asus ROG have played with it some, so I will come back for a full review of this device. But my first impressions are pretty nice. The very, very nice brushed aluminum look with the dulling on the actual body and that little lip for the top, so I can actually open it up without fingerprints, and the high-end specs in it, and the very nice monitor. I'm thinking this was the right choice. So thank you guys for tuning in, and if you would like to see more, follow us, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We do a lot of unboxing videos here, a lot of gaming videos, random tech videos, so if you're into that kind of stuff, just throw us a sub and we'll be able to accommodate those interests. Thank you all for watching, and have a great night.